Hey, what's up you guys? Big Time Collector 01 here, back at it again with another action figure review. And today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Unmasked Bruce Wayne Drifter figure. I got this guy at my local Target. This guy is a Target exclusive, so if you want this guy, go to Target. There is a masked version, which I actually prefer over this one. But now that I have this one, I don't care for the masked version because I have the Drifter cycle now. And you'll see later in the video that I will be displaying this guy with the interchangeable helmet head, which comes with the Drifter cycle, and I'll demonstrate that in a moment. So starting off the packaging, it is kind of different from the other Batman movie figures where, you have the name at the bottom instead of the side here, your more traditional looking packaging. At the top, I love how you get the Batman logo and it's bigger, than the others. I like that. Then you get Bruce Wayne Unmasked, and then you get the whole image on the back instead of having the rest of the cards at the bottom. I do like the older style. I always like seeing the rest of the other figures you can get. Then you have Bruce Wayne Unmasked from the Batman. Here's your DCPI if you want it. And then other than that, let's get to it and crack this guy open. And before we take a look at the figure, let's take a closer look at his accessories. Starting off, he comes with your basic DC Multiverse stand. And then he comes with a trading card. You got some cool action figure photography. I do believe this is the same image we got with the Drifter, the masked Drifter Bruce Wayne. But, instead of the unmasked version, we have the masked version. And you get a little bio in the back. That's got to be one of the shortest bios I've ever seen. And then you got this little backpack here. It's like made out of a softer rubber, so you can squeeze it a little bit. And the straps are pliable, so if you want to put it on his back, just, throw the arms back, and then put the straps through around the arms, and then there you go. You have your Drifter wearing a book bag. It looks okay, I guess. I mean, the straps don't want to stay flush against the body a little. It's alright, I guess. It does kind of sit a little loose, which is cool. But I did actually almost get this figure just for the book bag because I wanted to try something out. I wanted to see how this book bag would look with the Spider-Man figure because he has, he sometimes wears a book bag in the suit. So this is the Marvel Legends Spider-Man, and it's just too big for him, as you can see. But I also have the Marvel Select Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man. So let's go ahead and, throw this on him. And yeah, it doesn't want to fit. I thought it was going to fit. I mean, you could make it work somehow. No, never mind. This is not fitting. I thought it was going to fit. I really wanted it to fit. Yeah. It's a cool accessory. It just doesn't look good on I just don't think it looks good on the figure. So yeah, let's get to it and look at the figure. And now taking a closer look at the unmasked head sculpt first, I gotta say it's okay. I mean, it kind of looks like Robert Pattinson, but at the same time it doesn't. I don't know. I don't like this head sculpt. I do believe that they're gonna reuse this head sculpt for the unmasked, movie Batman. It's a good sculpt, and I do like the paint applications for it. I do like how, you can see the dirt on his face and, the eye makeup. It's a good, it's a good looking face, but it's not like, a Robert Pattinson. I don't think it looks that much like him. The Batman figure here really captured, Pattinson's face very well, and I like that a lot. But I didn't get this guy so I can display him with his head. I got him to display him with the Drifter helmet, so let's pop this head off. pop this head on. Okay, so I got the helmeted head on there, and that was super tricky to do. The peg just did not want to go into the socket on the helmet. I think this looks cool. When I was trying to get it on, it kind of looked like he had no neck, but from a distance, it looks a lot better. You know, when the helmet's on the head now, it's kind of loose. Like, you know, when I try to move it. Okay, now it's nice. You know, now it's on there tight and snug. But yeah, I do like this head a lot better than this one. That's why I got the unmasked version, so I can display him with the helmet instead. And if you want, you know, you can hold his head. If I don't know, that was kind of dumb. But look at the rest of the body. It's very bulky. I gotta say, the hoodie makes him look very bulky. I know that a lot of people say that, but it's more of like, it's a softer material. You can actually squish it in a little bit. You can feel the body. So like this whole torso piece isn't the body. It's just an overlay, which is nice. Which is nice. So you get more movement out of it, but it's not like it's gonna stay or anything. But you get nice wrinkles sculpted in. You can see, like, you know, dirt on it a little bit. You know, it looks messy, and I like that. I do like how that looks. It looks messy, which it should. Because this is his disguise to go into Gotham undetected. And I won't lie, I do not like this movie's take on Bruce Wayne. I do hope they do him a little better. I didn't like this emo, antisocial Bruce Wayne. He wasn't really antisocial, but like, I didn't really like this take on Bruce Wayne. I do think Pattinson's a really good Batman. I just don't think he did a good job as Bruce Wayne. You got the hands here, you know, they're wrapped. They could have done a better job showing that it's wrapped, because it kind of just looks like a glove. It could be a glove, I don't know, but it being white just makes it look like it's wrapping. Then you have the really big baggy pants. Again, nice sculpt on the wrinkles. On the back, you got, you know, a big butt over here. And then got more wrinkles. And the boots are good. And I do want to mention that, you know, the masked and kind of the unmasked version are both kind of inaccurate to the movie. Because when he's in this disguise, he does have the mask, but he also has the baseball cap with his hood up. So I think that would have been a really cool version to get. But sadly, we didn't. Again, I think that would have been cool. I did like how that looked, because it was kind of a unique look for him. And also, he used the binoculars like twice when he was in this outfit. Like, he used binoculars like to spy on Selena Kyle. Oh, and I think that would have been a cool accessory to include with this guy. Getting that unmasked head sculpt back on there. Let's take a look at this guy's articulation. His head can look up a little bit. Can look down. Sorry about the focus. There you go. Can look down. Can look side to side. But he's, you know, stuck looking to the left. You got head tilt. Our shoulders move out that much. They move down. They rotate 360. He has a butterfly joint. He has a single jointed elbow. Move that, you know, bent that much, and then he also has a elbow rotation over there. No bicep swivel. His hands do hinge, and they do rotate, just like so. And then he does have torso articulation, but it's very hindered by the hoodie. So, you know, he can crunch for that much with the hoodie on, and crunch back that much. Can kind of, can't really pivot, and it's not really gonna stay if you know, get it to move due to the bulkiness. And then he would also have a lower abdomen joint down there too, but you know, you can't really see it, but you get a full range of motion. And then his hips, you know, kick out that much. It's very, very good for how baggy these pants are. You kick forward, you kick back. He does have an upper thigh cut. Figures who have this will get their own vehicles if you haven't noticed. He has single jointed knees that bend about 90. And then his ankles don't really want to move down due to the bagginess of the pants at the back here. They don't really want to move down. They don't really want to move up. And they pivot and rotate to articulation. And before we get to the size comparisons, let's take a look at the drifter with his bike. I think he looks good standing next to it, but let's see if we can get him on the bike. And here he is on the bike. He looks pretty cool. Granted, he does still sit very awkward on the bike. He tends to not want to put his feet on the little feet rest there, on the footrest. He's very heavy. By the way, he was even heavy in the packaging. I forgot to mention that, but like he's very heavy. So I'm glad this bike comes with a stand because, yeah, he kind of makes the bike lean a little bit. I don't know. He looks pretty cool on it. He still does not look up on the bike. Like a lot of these figures, they don't really look up, but that's why you have the helmet. I think he looks cool on the bike. Will I be displaying him on the bike? Probably not. But he does look cool. I do like this display option. So yeah, let's get to it and get to the size comparisons. Measuring out Bruce here. He stands to about 7¼ inches tall. And here's Bruce Wayne standing next to some of the other Batman movie figures that I currently own. Here he is next to the Riddler, Batman, and the Penguin. And I gotta say, I am liking these Batman movie figures. I hope to get the others. I do plan to get both versions of Catwoman and the Unmasked Batman, and I'm really looking for that Bat Cycle right now. So I hope I, complete the whole set. Now that I have the Unmasked Bruce Wayne, I do not want the masked version because, again, I will be displaying him with the helmet. Here's the Bruce Wayne figure next to some comic-based Batman figures. Not only because he's Bruce Wayne, but you could also use this as like some random street thug if you really wanted to. Like, if you really wanted to, you could army build these figures, the Drifter figures, both the unmasked and the masked versions, and you just plop some different heads on them and just have like a thug for your Batman to beat up. I don't know. Thought it'd be a cool idea. Here he is up on the rotating base. I should have mentioned this before, but getting him to stand up is super hard. He's very heavy, and even with the DC Multiverse stand, he still wants to fall back. Like right now, I bet he's gonna fall like any minute. To end off this review, I gotta say this figure is not the best. Like, I gotta say, out of all the movie figures, he's not the best. I know a lot of people really do like this figure, like for different reasons. Again, there are some uses for this guy. Like, you can, army build him in a way if you want, like, some street thugs for Batman to beat up on, or just, if you like, civilian-type figures, this will work out for you. And again, if you do have the Drifter Cycle, he will go on it very well. He does, I think he does feel the best on it. Like, I had a much easier time getting him on the bike than a lot of other figures. But just, he's not the best figure in my opinion. Like, the head sculpt is not my favorite. It's not a bad head sculpt, it just doesn't look like Robert Pattinson to me. And the articulation is pretty terrible. I think they could have done a better job, especially with the torso. I know they have that overlay on it, but it's very bulky. I think they could have just done a lot better with this figure. Like I said, it has its uses, but it's not the best in my opinion. If you liked the video, please make sure to leave it a like and comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe, because I didn't really enjoy this figure. But I do want more of the Batman movie figures because I did like the movie, and I do like the figures overall other than this guy. So, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.